Well, we have a powerful week coming up. Today is the 25th, 26th of July. Welcome or welcome back, everyone. My name is Debbie. This is the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution. So Mercury has stationed direct and Saturn has stationed retrograde. We have a shifting in the north nodes, and we have a full moon lunar eclipse. So let's get into it. I have my notes, of course, as I do. So we have this is a powerful retrograde. Saturn is retrograde in Aries, and it will be retrograde all the way through December 10th. So it's a long time to be retrograde. The North Node, like I said, is shifting into Aquarius. It's today as well, the 26th, and we have a full moon in Aquarius on the 29th. So Saturn retrograde in Aries today, the 26th. This is an invitation, right, to slow down your pace, to review your personal responsibilities, and to build stronger boundaries. Saturn rules Capricorn. Capricorn is the last earth sign. It is about the final touches of your structure. It is about the foundations. In the last couple weeks, I've been talking about looking at your foundations in your life, the things that you find foundational, and really get strong in them. So it might be setting boundaries about what you allow yourself to, what you allow and what you don't allow into your life, to kind of take you away from the structure that you're trying to build. For many, this is the starting block, right? The beginning of building a whole new life based on the lessons that we've learned in the past and your astrology for your future. So again, this is the invitation to slow down, right? This is probably about a 12-year phase. So nothing isn't a rush, but it will feel like some things are rushing forward and then some things are slowing down. So I will get to the north and south nodes in just a second. So we have the north node. So let's go there. The north node today is entering, this is Sunday the 26th, is entering Aquarius. So this is shifting our focus towards, your authentic bonds. Again, placing the emphasis or your focus and attention on the bonds and which is your foundation, right, that you hold near and dear. And it's also about looking at your individual freedom. Is what you're doing now, do you feel free in your life to live life on your terms, to do the things that you want to do? Is there happiness and joy? So take a look at that. And if not, then it's time to change it. We had the full moon lunar eclipse. Yeah, and Aquarius on the 29th. This is about emotional release, self-expression, and balancing your personal desires and your personal needs with what your community needs, whether your community is where you live, your family, your friends, your job, your work. So balancing that out, right? But repacing yourself. Now, the North Node is shifting into Aquarius. The South Node is shifting into Leo. So we're moving into this will be until spring of 2028. So we're now moving from water and earth to air and fire. So some things will move a little quickly. This can seem a little frustrating because we're going to be building new things up, and then we're going to knock it down, and then we're going to start something else. We're going to rebuild again, and then we're going to knock it down. So this is a big learning phase. It's a huge learning curve in life. So if you look at things that way, then you'll be okay. Frustrated, but okay. So let's get into our reading. I will say, while I was pre-shuffling, the Four of Swords came out. Again, slow down your pace, right? Like, get some rest. Set your boundaries. And what do you allow within the boundaries of your life? We will move into Aries. Hello, Aries. How are you? This is your reading for the week of July 26th. Again, Saturn is retrograde. Mercury is direct. Full moon lunar eclipse changing in the north and south nodes. from earth and water to air and fire. It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's okay. We've got this. We've got this. What does the tarot hold for our Aries friends this week? Judgment. Breaking free, right? That self-expression, that breaking free, individual freedom. I love when the cards just decide that they are ready to pop out. Okay, this is too big of a stack. So let's see if I can get a slightly smaller stack. I said I would take the stacks, but not that many. On the root of the deck, 10 of Cups, right? So filling your emotional cup, letting yourself receive. And you have the Judgment. You have 5 of Swords. You have the Fool. Yeah. So in this resetting boundaries and all of this, like building something up, burning it down, building something up, building up something else and burning it down, and figuring out what your needs are and balancing that. Yeah, it's a lot. You're looking ultimately for emotional fulfillment, to feel stable in how you feel about yourself, your world, and your life and those around you. And this is a big moment, right? Because you're an air sign. A fire sign rather, and you're the first sign, so you don't have anything, you don't have a guide before you to tell you how to do this. So you could feel like you're breaking through new ground. There could be some confusion, Aries, coming up with this, like, wait, I don't know how to do this. This is not my comfort zone. I want this. I don't know how to do it. So there's going to be some mental confusion, of course. That's okay. There is a new beginning coming, but this beginning is based on your wishes. It's based on your deepest desires. Underneath the 10 of Cups, well, last card here, Page of Wands. Like this is your card, right? You are a fire sign. This is your card. You have this passion within you. And again, this is expressing yourself. And what happens if your self-expression is not aligned with the people around you? And this could be where you're getting some confusion. Ultimately, though, you're going to balance your emotions. You're going to feel in tune with your emotions. You'll be ready to take 2 major arcanas, right? You're ready to take the next step. You're breaking free. Again, this is for some of you, this is breaking new ground. Breaking through something you've never broken through before. And then you go, oh, wait a minute. I can see much clearer now that I've broken through the barrier and I have a different perspective on where I'm going and what I want. Yeah, the thoughts will be there. There's always going to be second guessing ourselves. This is how, I don't know if it's how we're wired as people, but it's what we are taught, right? This is where you're going. It's fueled by the heat and passion, by your own energy inside. So this is a breakthrough time for you, Aries. So break through those barriers and go have a great time. And we will move on to Taurus. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 26th. Yes, I'm a little late with this. Seems like every time I try to record, I finish and then the recording doesn't save or it comes up blank. I don't know why. If anyone could let me know, I would appreciate that. Taurus, this is for you. What does this week hold? Knight of Wands, 6 of Cups. Taurus, there could be somebody from the other side talking to you. Knight of Cups and Justice. Nine of Swords. Yeah. So whatever heaviness has been on your mind, I almost want to say, although this is a time for us to reassess our boundaries and set boundaries, Taurus, I get the feeling that maybe your boundaries have been a little restrictive. Like you've been a little hard on yourself. This is the feeling that's coming up. That you've been really hard on yourself, having too many expectations. That were just not possible for you to accomplish. Now, this is what I'm getting. This, again, this is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, like, I get that, right? But again, I love, this is one of my favorite decks, and it can feel very heavy, right? Like a lot, again, I get the feeling that there's a lot of responsibility you've been dealing with, but it's not been yours. And then something is going to come in, and you're going to get that, you see like the white here. This is spirit guides, and that's why I said, this came out before that came out when I said I think there's somebody from the other side communicating with you. And they're letting you know you don't have to take on all that responsibility, Taurus. It's not yours to take. You are here, again, more fire energy, right? You're here to have fun. Listen to this. Be the responsible person, yes, but not to the detriment of your life, not to the detriment of your joy. I mean, look at her. She's having a blast. She's just out there having the time of her life. There is definitely guidance from the other side. There is somebody on the other side that it's probably, this is a male figure, so it's probably a father or a grandfather. So if anyone resonates with that, and there's probably going to be memories coming up with this person that you go, oh, yeah, like this feels right. Let yourself listen, Taurus. Let yourself get a little quiet and listen. When you do that, gifts start to come your way. I love this Knight of Cups. This could be a person coming in. I think this is you kind of nurturing yourself. Again, we have a horse here. We got the dogs here. They're like golden retrievers. We have the horse here. Horses are very free-spirited animals. So once you allow yourself to relax and have some fun, then it's nurturing time. It's time to love yourself. Again, this could be another party coming in, but I think this is you. And again, I love this thing, this card. There's a little love note here. There's a little basket. There are grapes. I don't know if you can see like grapes coming out of the basket. So it's time to nurture yourself. You've been nurturing everyone else. It's time to nurture yourself. And you have Libra showing up, right? Justice. It's time for balance and it's time for harmony. Yes, still be the responsible person, but not to the detriment of yourself. Allow yourself to have this fun. Allow yourself to love yourself and to receive love in. Again, there is a spirit guide or a loved one on the other side, Taurus, who is trying to communicate with you. So if this is resonating, if you know who it is, then ask them to leave you a sign that you know that, yes, this is definitely them. And they will. They'll give you a sign somehow or some way. Taurus, again, this is another breakthrough moment, right? It was a little more obvious with Aries, with the Judgment ride breaking through the surface. But this is breaking through your mental barriers. Taurus, that is your reading. We will move on to Gemini. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 26th. Yeah. Okay. You have the Magician, Four of Wands, Two of Wands, Ace of Swords, Two of Swords. Okay. And at the root of the deck, Gemini, Ten of Pentacles. Right. You're working towards abundance. You're working towards comfort. You're working towards stability. One major arcana, the Magician, reminding you that you can create whatever it is that you want. Infinity symbol on top here means you're infinite. There are no boundaries in this world other than the boundaries we set in our mind. And we're going to get to that because you have the Two of Swords and then you have the Ace of Swords. The only boundaries that we have are in our mind. When we let our mind get clear and focus on what we truly want, which is you're building stability, then things get really clear. Although personally, I do not manifest during eclipse season because we have the full moon in Aquarius on the 29th. It is also an eclipse. I personally do not manifest during eclipses. The caveat to that is if you were born during an eclipse, look that up on your birth chart. You can type in eclipses and then the year you were born and just see. It might be a good time for you to do that. But this is at least tapping into your energy, Gemini. Knowing how powerful you are. Knowing that, again, look at this. It's again, 4 of Wands. These are the foundations. And these 4 wands here, 1, 2, 3, 4, can come up to, in numerology, 11, 11. It can look like 2 11s, which is about making a wish, knowing that you are the one making your own wishes and dreams come true. Yes, you have dreams. You know within you, Gemini, that you want something greater for yourself. And that this is the time to create that. You get lost in your own thoughts, though. Your thoughts can kind of trip you up because you can talk yourself into things and you can talk yourself out of things. But here's the thing, clarity is coming. You're going to get really clear. This is temporary. This not being able to make a decision or to see your path forward, Gemini, this is temporary. You're going to get very clear probably around the eclipse, around the 29th, or just after the eclipse. You're going to find your path to your freedom because let's face it, money is freedom, right? Money gives you the opportunity to make choices that we don't have. You're on your way. You're going to realize you're much more powerful than you knew yourself to be, Gemini. So that is your reading, and we will move on to Cancer. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 29th. If you hear water, that's my neighbor upstairs running water. Sorry for that. Cancer, what does this week hold for you? You are finally done Mercury retrograde. You can probably take a nice big exhale. Yes, Cancer has had a rough July. Their whole birthday season has been a little rough. Okay, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands again. 7 of Cups on the root of the deck. 4 of Wands. We just had this. We just had this for Gemini. 2 twos. So this is about things like finally letting go of the energy of Mercury retrograde, of the intensity of it, from the blocks, if it has created blocks for you. And now what does life look like for you, Cancer? Now that Mercury retrograde is done in your sign, what does life look like for you now? It looks like freedom, right? It looks like you want to have a good time. Underneath of that is the Queen of Pentacles. Again, a lot of this is all foundational work. And I'll say this again. I said this in the last couple weeks of readings. This is time to set new foundations. The Queen of Pentacles is the ultimate earth. She's the ultimate foundation creator, right? Or she's the holder of the foundations. You have a lot of wishes. You have a lot of dreams, Cancer. And it's like, what dream is next that you go after or that you create for yourself? They're telling me it's the path of least resistance. Spirit, whoever is up there talking to me right now, Spirit is saying it is take the path of least resistance. You've had a lot of resistance. The whole month, your whole birthday month, basically has been a whole band of resistance. Take the path of least resistance. Take the path that you would not normally take. Take the path you would not normally take. And again, you have a lot of wishes and dreams that you want to accomplish, and you have the 4 of Wands. And again, I just said for Gemini, 11, the 4 Wands can look like an 11 and an 11. So this says make a wish. Your wish is for self-sovereignty. For independence. You're a self-made woman or self-made man. And it's to recognize like how much you've done. Allow yourself to have balance. Allow yourself to kind of sit. And, the dust still might be settling for some of our Cancer friends, right? You still might be feeling some of the dust from the Mercury retrograde. That's okay. The dust will clear. The party is coming. You have your wishes and dreams. And again, this is how you make a wish. Your wish is coming true. Cancer, that is your reading. We will move on to Leo. Hello, Leo. How are you? Let's get these cards a good shuffle here. I'll cut it into little fours. Makes it a little easier for me. We'll see what this week holds for our Leo friends. A lot of energy. Might feel good energy, though. Might feel good to slow down. Reestablish your center. Lean back into your heart. But Leo, let's go into this. What does this hold for you this week? July 26th. Okay. Cards want to come out and then they don't want to come out. Leo, on the root of the deck for you. 10 of Pentacles. Not surprising. Not surprising. This is all about foundations, resetting your foundations of comfort, of stability, of joy, of choice. Let's see what cards are face down. 5 of Swords. The Sun. Queen of Swords. The Sun. The luckiest card, the best card in the deck. The sun has been coming out a lot lately. It's shining a light on the things that really matter to you. You're coming out of this phase of, I don't necessarily want to say confusion. I don't think you've been confused. I think that people have put their thoughts into your mind, and now you're starting to pull those thoughts out and say, wait a minute, that's not true. That's not me. That doesn't resonate with me. I think you're starting to get rid of anything that somebody else has put into you. And once you start getting rid of those and owning your own thoughts, the sun comes out and you get really, really clear. You're focused, Leo. You know exactly where you're going. You're using your sword to cut out all the bullshit, to cut out other people's thoughts or expectations of you or ideas of you. You're cutting that bullshit out because it's not you, and it doesn't matter what somebody says or thinks. This is your path in your journey. You're building this, and they're trying to keep you small. Why are they trying to keep you small? Because they're afraid of your power. Ooh. Sorry if I'm talking too fast. Your power is to shine in the light, to get really clear, and there is no stopping you. You're straight ahead to your goals and wishes. And they are coming for you, Leo. The path is wide open. Leo, I love that. And of course, you have Jupiter in your sign now for the next year. Take full advantage of that. Leo, that is your reading. We will move on to Virgo. Hello, Virgo. How are you? Let's lead into your reading, and we'll see what this week holds for our Virgo friends. King of Swords, the Moon. We'll see if they come up. But if they happen to resonate with our Virgo friends, then you can even take those cards even if they don't come out. You can kind of put them in your back pocket. But let's see what this week holds for Virgo. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. So coming home. Yeah, again, another, I love this. Really. You saw me shuffle the cards. We just had this for Leo. And now Leo's gone, okay, Virgo, you know what, my friend? Like, I love you so much. The light has been illuminated for me. Now I'm going to share my illumination with you. So I would just see, Virgo, where you have Leo at in your chart, because there might be a key there for you. And the sun is illuminating your path home, your path forward, your path to a new destiny, your path into believing in the impossible. And again, I love this deck. And a lot of cards, they're little hidden treasures, and I've brought this up before. The two little hands, these are spiritual hands, right? Joining into a heart. So what is heart-centered for you? This could also be you coming into a union with someone. I don't generally read this card that way, but this is what it's saying. It could be that you miss someone on the other side, and maybe they're giving you a message. I feel like you're coming in union here with someone. That someone, though, Virgo, could be you. You could be coming back home to yourself. When this card first landed up, and I said you're coming home, you might be reconnecting back to you. These two hands are connected in a heart shape, right? So you could be reconnecting back to you or back to your heart. Even in this, there's an illumination of his heart area, right? What are the dreams, right? What are the things up in the air? And this is, again, the pigs fly, right? Like, believe in the unbelievable. Believe in the impossible. What if there is no impossibility in this world? There's no impossibility in the spirit realm. But why is it when we hit the human world that we feel things are impossible? Maybe we're shedding some of those constructs that society's put on us, and we're realizing, no, I am much greater, much more powerful than this. Believing in the impossible. Because everything is possible, Virgo. Everything is possible. Virgo, that is your reading. We will move on to Libra. Hello, Libra. How are you today? Welcome to your reading for the week of the 26th. We have the Fool, face up. Major Arcana, starting something new. And Libra, I've been talking about this for a while. We'll see what the cards hold, though. Let's see what the cards hold before I say anything. On the root of the deck, Libra. This is your Queen. Queen of Swords, right? You're really clear. You are really clear. And this has been coming up a lot for you lately. So let's see. King of Cups. The Fool. The Moon. Two majors, two minors. So you're getting... So Libra, the past couple of weeks have been readings about your job. For the most part. Your job, your career, maybe moving into entrepreneurship. You're getting really clear and laser focused. You're not letting emotions get in the way, right? You're letting your emotions be your guide. Your intuition guide you because you're stepping into something new. The Fool. I love this. You're working now with experience. You know what you don't want. You're very clear as to what you don't want. And you know that your steps forward need to be really grounded in your heart. And you have to be able to feel it in order for you to enjoy it and for it to be a success for you. And you have the Moon. Generally, the Moon is like what lies underneath the surface, or the part of you that we don't show to the world. And we have like the wild, we have the wolf, and one is the wolf and one is the tame dog. I feel like you're diving, though I think you're taking a deeper dive into your heart center, into the things that you haven't taken a look at, whether they felt that they were too far away to take a look at. I think you're taking a deeper dive into yourself, Libra. You're doing so with balance, and of course, you're Libra. You are the scales of justice, you are balance. And you also have like the black dog and the white dog underneath a full moon. So just see if this full moon lunar eclipse brings some awareness to you, or brings some clarity. I feel like you're taking a deeper dive into yourself. So this could be really learning who you are at a much deeper level. beyond the name, the gender, where you like in your family line, what your identifiers are, you know, husband, wife, son, daughter, cousin, aunt, uncle, whatever. I think you're diving beneath all of that, or deeper than that. You're not, you know, our gender, the color of our skin, the color of our hair. These are just external identifiers. I think you're going into the spiritual part of yourself, and that's where you're going to find the strength to say, you know what, like, nothing can stop me. I'm on my way to a brand new me, or a new you that has already been there. It's just waiting to come forward. A deep spiritual dive for our Libra friends. Libra, that's a lot, but I'm loving this for you. If you have any questions, let us know, and we will move on to Scorpio. Let's give these cards a really good shuffle though, just to make sure. Okay, Scorpio. What does, right away, Page of Cups. What does this week hold for you? And Scorpio has had like a rough time. Ah, there we go. 6 of Wands, Scorpio. You had a rough couple intense readings in the last couple weeks. So here we go though. Now it's time for you to be in the spotlight. Yeah, romance. Knight of Cups. And this is our Scorpio friends, right? Like very romantic. So let's see. Yeah. So, if I'm not mistaken, although it could be, I thought Scorpio had like a bit of a relationship situation in the last couple of readings. I get the feeling you're healing from that. Get the feeling you're ready to put yourself back out there. None of this, maybe it's not about relationships, but you have the Knight of Cups here, right? The most romantic card in the deck, in my opinion, in my little humble opinion here. The roses and like the little Converse sneakers, right? The love note, the grapes, you know, the white horse. So and underneath of that, I will just say, is Temperance. This is Sagittarius. This is divine guidance. There's an Archangel Gabriel here guiding you, Scorpio, guiding you forward. So I feel like you're ready to put yourself out there. I feel like the feelings are coming up like, yes, you know what, like, yeah, I can believe. It's almost like you're believing in yourself again, or your ability to give and receive love for whatever that is, at whatever level that is. It does not necessarily have to be romantic love. It could be love for your friends and family. But like, I think you're ready. I think you're ready to be in the spotlight. I think you're using the energies to elevate yourself. Yes, there's still a little bit of protection around you, but you're allowing yourself to be seen. Spirit is saying you're allowing yourself to be seen for who you are. So if you're coming out of a shadowy phase, which is what this is feeling like, Scorpio, now you're letting yourself be seen again. You can take your time, because this is a time to set boundaries. Boundaries does not mean keeping people out, or keeping all people out and keeping you hidden away. It means you get to decide what part of you share and what part of you don't, and who gets access to you. And I think this is where you're going. This is where you're going. But it's time for you to be seen. It's time for you to believe in yourself again and let yourself be loved. There is divine guidance supporting you, Scorpio. Scorpio, that is your reading for this week. I'm loving that for you, and we will move on to Sagittarius. So let's give these cards a good shuffle. And Sagittarius, we will see what the week of July 26th holds for our Sagittarius friends. Apparently a disruption in the cards. Sagittarius, what are you doing here? Let's see. And here's that card again. Page of Cups. But we'll see if it comes out. What does this week hold for our Sagittarius friends? Our fiery Sagittarians? Oh my goodness. Sagittarius, you might feel like you're on fire or that you want to set your world on fire. I kind of feel like that a little bit. But let's let the cards speak, shall we? Okay, Sag. The Hanged Man came popping out. You can see that. One card face down, the Hanged Man. 8 of Cups. We already had that. Temperance. You saw me shuffle. When you pull your own card, or when your own card comes out in the reading, this puts you in a position where you're coming into yourself. You're allowing yourself to be your strongest self. King of Cups underneath of that. Yeah. Queen of Swords. Temperance is alchemy, and temperance is balance, and temperance is patience, which Sagittarians don't always have. Me, myself, I'm a triple Sag, we know this. Sometimes my patience is like, it's like mist. It's like not there. I just went through an impatient phase yesterday, but I'm back to clarity now, right? But the thing is, there's guidance. Again, a lot of these cards, right? You're getting really, really focused. You're done with the distractions of everything else. You're leaning into your higher consciousness. 2 major arcanas, right? Divine guidance, higher consciousness. I mean, the only other thing would be the High Priestess and the Emperor and the Hierophant coming out, right? You're leaving behind what's not you. Whatever is not you, whatever is not serving you, whatever is holding you back, or whatever is draining your energy, you're leaving that behind, Sagittarius. You're going back. You're going home. You're letting yourself be fully yourself, unfiltered. Goodness help us. Because you have a higher purpose. The Sagittarians are going through this big spiritual shift or ascension. And their purpose is coming out slowly but surely. Mine is coming out. I will start to reveal that as time goes on. But you know, you have this inner knowing, fueled by your own, this is like your own guardian angel saying, Sag, I am right here. How many times do I have to tell you? Your own guardian angel is guiding you. My personal angel is Archangel Sandalphon. I would just say that. And you're really clear. You're focused. You know where you're going because you know that there's a higher calling for you. And for some of our Sagittarians, it can feel like a solo journey. Like not everyone is going to understand where you're going or why you're doing what you're doing. But it's okay. It's not theirs to understand. It is yours to take. So keep that in mind, Sagittarius. Wow. All right, Saggy, we will move on to Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. How are you? Let's see how we can shuffle these cards for you. Let's see what this week holds for our Capricorn friends. The Chariot of 5 of Cups. We'll see if they come out for you. Chariot is Cancer energy. That means you're ready, but let's see, Capricorn. Saturn is your ruling planet, by the way, and your ruling planet is in a fire sign. It is retrograde. So what foundational things may come up for Capricorn? Or maybe you are the one setting that foundations for the other signs. Maybe you are the teacher in this during this phase, but let's see. Four of Swords. This card came out. I showed at the beginning when I was shuffling the cards. That card came out before I started recording. So yeah, right? Time to take a break, Capricorn. It's time to rest. And with your ruling planet retrograde, it might be a little easier. Not that it's easy, but it might feel a little more natural for you to take a step back and just sit with like, what do you want for yourself? Okay, there's too many cards here. Oh my goodness. All right. And the deck speaks. 3 of Cups on the root of the deck. 4 of Swords. We'll see what that is. Ace of Wands. 2 of Swords. 10 of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Three of Cups. And I said you might be the one teaching others and setting the foundation for others. Then you have the Ace of Pentacles. Eight of Cups. Sagittarius just had that. Meaningful relationships. This is where you're going. You're going into meaningful relationships. So what does that mean? You get to set the boundary and decide who comes into your little space, your personal little nest. Who will your heart let in, and who is your heart feel like, I don't trust that. This is a resting phase, because you know, like, you're helping others here. You're giving the lessons and helping others set their own foundations. You have two aces. Whenever multiples of the same thing come out, this is really powerful. You have inspiration on how you're setting your own foundations and what you're teaching others about how to set their foundations. Although there's no cards here about teachers or being a teacher or a leader, I really feel, Capricorn, you are the ultimate leader. You are the royalty, I say this all the time, of the zodiac. I think you have a passion for teaching people like what you know to be true about yourself, and the life lessons that you've learned, and you're paying or taking them forward, whether you're paying it forward or you're helping others, because there's confusion. The world at large can be a really confusing place. People say one thing and then they do another. I have that at the gym. You know, people coming in and out of the gym. We see it in our political, in the temperature of our politics in the U.S. They say one thing and they turn around and say something else. And you don't want this. You want this. You want to be with people who align with your ideas. Like, you're tired of doing the heavy lifting. Like, you're done doing the heavy lifting and doing everything for everyone. You're now starting to teach people how to do for themselves. And in doing that, you create this really great community of people who can actually exhale and let their hair down. One more card, because it's at the base of here, and this is a really powerful card. The Emperor. Confident. Right? Your confidence and your strength and your comfort in who you are is shining through. That's because you decided to follow your own path. Get rid of the confusion. Stop doing everything for everybody. And take what you've learned and teach others how to set their own seeds, like how to set their own foundations, how to grow in life what they want. And what you want is a community that aligns with you. That's where you're moving towards, Capricorn. So let us know how that works for you, if that's resonating, and we will move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, oh my goodness, the nodes have shifted. Yes, Aquarius, you're going to be feeling, okay, let me get this straight here. You're going to be feeling a lot, for sure. Let's see, especially since we have the full moon with an eclipse in Aquarius in just a couple more days. So we may be feeling already the energy of the full moon. So Aquarius, let's see what this week is holding for you. Oh my goodness. One card face down, Seven of Pentacles. Like, yeah, keep going, right? Keep going. Keep working towards whatever. Keep doing what you're doing. Whatever you're doing is working. On the root of the deck, we saw me shuffle, and then again, Three of Cups, right? So don't be surprised if, I would see where Capricorn is at in your chart. Don't be surprised if there's some type of alliance with Capricorn or with the Capricorn energy. Yeah, Nine of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Again, this is about sisterhood. This is about aligning your beliefs with others, or allowing others who are aligned with you to make their way in. This is about, yeah, look at this. I love this card. She's jumping out of the treasure chest and everything. Like, her cups are up. You are ready to allow yourself to receive. You've been working for a while on whatever project it is, whether you own a business, whether you're working on your relation. This could be a relationship card. They're working on your relationships. This could be about your relationship with yourself and what you believe about yourself. Things are moving very quickly. It's not going to take long for you to have your community come together and allow yourself to receive. This is Aquarius, this is about you saying yes, allowing yourself to receive. Allowing yourself to receive from others. As you're probably the one who gives a lot and who does a lot. You're the last air sign, right? So you have a lot of thoughts in the way things should be done, and you're very intelligent. So people look to you for guidance. Now it's your turn to receive guidance. So this, and again, I said, because Capricorn just had this card, maybe, see, you know, how you align with Capricorn, see where Capricorn is at in your chart. But maybe the lessons, the things that Capricorn are teaching will be the very things to help you to open up, to say yes, to receive, to realize that everything is moving in your favor, that everything you've tended to is now starting to grow and to blossom. So I would just say tune into Capricorn. Watch the Capricorn reading if you didn't. But Aquarius, that's your reading. This is fabulous for you. And we will move on to Pisces. Hello, Pisces. Okay, 3 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. It's Pisces. Are you moving? We'll see. Are any of our Pisces friends planning on moving? Let's see. Page of Pentacles. Again, 8 of Cups. This has been a big card. So if you haven't watched the whole video, which you don't have to, of course. This is like the 3rd or 4th time, maybe the 3rd time that 8 of Cups has come out. Maybe 4th. Again, this is like following the light inside of you, and where is it leading you to? It's saying this is in the past. Whatever pain that has happened, whatever relationships that have happened, whatever mindset that you had that kept you from being who you are, that's in the past. So like leaving the pain in the past. Some of you may be moving. Some of you may be buying a new home, moving to a new town, a new state, a new country. Again, this is a general reading, so if it's not resonating with you, but this is about strong structures, strong foundations. Getting curious as to what does that mean for you. If this is a time where Saturn is retrograde, and we're setting new foundations, and we're setting some boundaries. The boundary could just be walking away, moving towards yourself, leaving something from the past behind. This could also be some negative thinking, if it's not from you, from those around you who may have said, you can't do this. I don't believe in you. You don't have the ability to do this, and you're going to prove people wrong, Pisces. Right? You're getting really grounded. And again, he's doing tree pose in yoga, he or she. And you're slow and steady. You're not rushing through anything. You're getting really stable as to what it is you want. And what you want is freedom. What you want is choice. What you want is stability. What you want is not to have the worries of how are you surviving in this world, or the worries of people telling you, like, you can't do that, or who are you to do that? You're moving away from, I feel like this is other people's stuff. Somebody else had this as well. Not the same combination, but moving away from letting go of what other people are saying or thinking about you or telling you. And that it may have even been very hurtful. You're getting away from that. You're moving towards your own self-worth, your self-independence, your comfort. And you're going, okay, this is what happens when you mess with me. Pisces, that is your reading. A great way to end this phase, this week's reading. So everyone, thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscriptions. If you find someone who could benefit from this, share it with them. But until next time, enjoy the energies. Happy full moon, lunar eclipse, and I will see you next time. Sending you always light and love.